My musician neighbour is practicing. Maybe it's a piccola. It's like a baby flute. Well, the birds realised I was recording, and they requested that I instead record their songs, which I am duly observing their request. Hello. The fairy pixie dust plant flower fell on me while I tried to pick something off the ground. I went to pick it up and I knocked the fairy dust pixie bell flower that showered fairy dust upon my shoulder, my left shoulder. It felt like a blessing from country. And now I'm down here, I can see some beautiful plants coming up behind the Elizabeth chair. Underneath the palm tree, there's some gorgeous bark there, leaves, the flowers that have blue, tiny blue flowers, the leaves of those flowers. And the tiny blue flowers that were here when I arrived are now starting to flower too. Well, here comes the plane, and it was 333 as I heard the plane. The grounding of the Qantas fleet. I am the Qantas fleet, and I am grounding here in country. I am part of the Qantas fleet, which signifies the collective non-Indigenous people living on this continent. We are represented by Magenta Pixie's idea of the Qantas fleet. That is who the Qantas fleet is, the skippies who came on that fleet from Britain, the forefathers who were the colonists. They are the Qantas fleet, and fairy Magenta Pixie's idea of the grounding of the Qantas fleet, I understand this metaphor to be about grounding in country by those who are not the Indigenous inhabitants, and us being called by country to pay our respects to the First Nations, elders, past, present and emerging, the traditional custodians, the eternal custodians of this continent where we currently live. The grounding of the Qantas fleet is the grounding in country and with respect to the First Nations, wisdom and traditional custodians. That is what this signifies. And why this is important beyond this continent is because this is emblematic and paradigmatic of a movement that needs to happen across the globe, and to heal and transform our relationship to this blue planet, our home, who we are one with and who is one with us. We are not separate. We are of this planet, not separate from.